what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the
Welcome back to the CRL West Six-Man Summer League. We are still going into some crazy playoff action. We just watched a Game 7 thriller just previously. My name's Fiat Color, here joined by my co-caster, Mr. Kevin. Kevin, how are we doing? How was that last matchup?
Hello. I am doing fantastic as always. And the last series was absolutely incredible. Such a joy to cast, and both teams were incredibly even, and it was amazing to watch. But unfortunately, Hospice, a little bit under the pressure, was unable to take the W in Game 7. No, wait, Hospice did take the W. My bad. The other one, Glorfeet, was unable to maintain the lead and lost it in Game 7. But absolutely incredible banger of a series. So I'm excited to hear what we have in the upper brackets of the tournament, to see what absolute talent is over here.
Yeah, and we definitely got an exciting matchup coming up here. We got Still Not Worth $20 versus And One. Still Not Worth 20 here. That's going to be Bob, Decibel, and Shez. And One here. We got One Zen, Melody, and Nebula here. I believe And One here was coming in as the 3rd seed, while Not Worth 20 coming in as the 2nd seed here. Not Worth 20 went 4 in regular season, and One went 13-5. Both of these teams skipped the Swiss stage and all qualified for the bracket, so we are going into the upper bracket here. It's going to be double elimination, so even if they do lose this matchup, neither of these teams are going to be out just quite yet here. But definitely excited. Kevin, are you excited? What do you think is going to be happening up this match? You got any predictions for us?
I am so excited to get into this match. I don't think I'm excellent at predicting. I have never been right at predicting. I don't think I would love to go back in my casting career so far and tally up my predictions, but they're all garbage. They're all trash. I have never gotten one right, I don't think. So I'm not even gonna try today.
I'll caster curse somebody though. I think Still Not Worth 20 might be able to take this 4-2. We'll call it 4-2.
Oh, yes.
As we get into game number 1 here, Still Not Worth 20 and 1. Off that kickoff immediately. We got Melody trying to go for a little bit of a foot reset. Nebula passing right. Bob gonna intercept that immediately here on 0 boost. Scrolling in across the corner, almost gets that pass mid. One Zen caught a little off guard, but it's not dangerous here. Melody taking that off his teammate's hand, and he's gonna go try again and attack himself.
Here we go. A lot of pressure coming in for the orange team here as we go into game number 1. And unfortunately, and a huge clear coming in from the from blue team will leave the orange team scrambling a little bit as we go in here. Melody with a booming clear, and Shez gonna try to pick it up a little bit. Nebula is there to meet him though. Puts it down. Definitely an opportunity. Melody with a shot opportunity, but it will be blocked. And now they're gonna try to take it back. It's in the orange half now. Zen's gonna get the clear, and we'll see who's there to pick it up from the blue team.
Close shots coming in. One Zen's gonna have a redirect. Decibel able to get back just by the hair on his chin right there. Such a close save. Now Shez is gonna try to be clearing this out down the field. Melody keeping this in, rolling down the field, and Bob does find the touch. Actually, One Zen now passed down to Nebula, who's trying to pass this to left. Melody is gonna go ahead and turn off. Not the best touch. This is floating a little in a bit of a dangerous area here, but they are able to stay alive. One Zen now up heavy hit, choosing not to go for that. Decibel not able to make contact, and One Zen turns right back in to take that shot. One Zen's gonna be able to get the first goal here for And One.
What a beautiful shot coming in from Zen as he sees the miss coming in from Decibel, and he's able to take the shot, scoring that lead in just a minute and a half of game time. So we'll see if Still Not Worth 20 is able to bring it back. They're able to make a play, but missing the boost here. Decibel's gonna have to back out, and Bob in the corner is gonna leave. And One able to make the clear, and in the corner we go, looking to make an outplay. Decibel with the clear. Melody's gonna pick it up, looking to pass to his team a little bit. Bob's able to pick it up though, unfortunately for them. And now they're trying to exit here a little bit. Not much is happening for 20, but One is still having a lot of pressure here.
Lowe's musty flick coming out there from Melody. Decibel picking that up in the corner. Neither team has had a lot of time to be able to take shots on the net. It feels like this game's mostly been about the midfield. Melody nearly able to shove that one in as well. Decibel has been coming in clutch for this blue side defense here. But here's Nebula in the air, gets a dunk on too. Decibel now picking this up in his own corner. Doesn't get the first touch here. Waits for that hit into the corner to take that 50 with One Zen. One Zen though still trying to get into the way. Shez gets it around. Nebula and a double commit coming out from the orange side. Decibel has to really reach for that hit, and Bob isn't going to be able to get anything other than a 50 there. One Zen now trying to send it back the field. Doesn't get the mid boost or the first touch he needed. Shez with a good fake, but Bob gets bumped out there. He's going to be on the other side. One Zen though, just keeping this ball on the blue side very well, making the cuts that he needs. There's Bob with the outbeat though. Nebula able to get a safe touch in the corner, and now Decibel shot not on target, gonna be saved. Bob now trying to get a pass out mid, hits it out into the corner, and Melody gonna be able to hit that back out clear. Shez keeping this pressure up to alive. Bob
Indeed.
almost gets that goal in.
incredible plays coming out from both teams, and I definitely get what you're saying. It's definitely a game of the midfields here. Not a lot happening in front of the net, but a lot happening in the midfield here as we see people getting beat and we see a couple double commits happening that are definitely causing some issues for both sides here. Melody, though, getting a little bit of a ground pinch and a double commit from the blue side here will leave an open net as Shez is not able to get back to it, and it will cause a 2-goal lead here for and one. And a beautiful shot from Melody, seeing that open. And it is definitely a crazy game coming in from both teams so far, but just a little bit too little happening from still not worth 20. And it's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. There's still 1 minute and 15 seconds left for them to come back and score 2, but we'll see if they're able to make it.
Right there. Here's a 50 coming out from Shez. This not worth $20 roster. We've seen what they are capable of right there, and there's a good shot from Decibel, able to get at least 1 goal here with 1 minute left on the net. And Bob has generally, for this roster, has been kind of an MVP. Bless you, by the way, Kevin.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, Bob has usually been the MVP for this team. He's been the playmaker. He's able to, get those flashy goals, those flip resets, those very complicated air dribbles that are hard to read. And we haven't seen a lot of him yet. It feels like the AND1 has been able to shut down a lot of the opportunities that he's had, and have also really just been bodying him. Here's one opportunity, though, and that's immediately met by Onezen. They are keeping an eye on Bob right now as they try to find one more goal of their own to cement their lead. Onezen passing that out to Nebula, who's a little bit far. Not going to be able to get a very powerful touch, and Decibel makes a bit of a risky save. Shez is able to get the wave dash save in order to keep them alive. 20 seconds left. They need to find a goal now. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of desperation coming out here from still not worth 20 as they're looking to get this goal in order to tie it up in the last second. Bob now with an air dribble, double touch, goes for it. He's not able to give it, but 2 defenders, it's open net, and Decibel's not able to put it away, but Shez is able to come in as third man. And he's able to make it, tying it up with only 8 seconds left. An incredible play coming out. And Nebula is almost able to get the save, but it's just not quite there yet. And it's definitely a very close game 1, as we only have 8 seconds left. Going for kickoff now. Very even, but it's going to fall a little bit towards orange, and they're able to get it forward. And unfortunately, it will touch ground, and we will be going into overtime in game 1.
Game number 1, overtime. Exactly what you love to see from both sides. You know that this is going to be a competitive matchup. Neither team has really been able to find much of a chokehold on the other in terms of keeping up pressure. It's been very back and forth. Each team has found opportunities for clears and for both solo and team plays here. Onezen going for a little bit of a solo touch tap down and in the angle of the century. Oh my gosh. He beats out Bob. He gets the second over Shez, and he's backwards, upside down, in order to slot that in. And we didn't even get 30 seconds out of that overtime.
That is a clip and a half coming in from Zen. An incredible shot on just an absolutely crazy play. No boost left in order to just remove his car to where he needs to be in order to make that save. Or in order to make the double, but that's incredible.
What a play from Onezen there, and I mean, look.
Oh my goodness, an incredible play.
I think this might be a little bit, and I might be jumping the gun here, but I think this might be the Onezen show tonight here in this series. We are heading up though into game number 2 in just a moment. And I mean, really, both teams played well that last game. There weren't that many mistakes. Really, just how Rocket League happens. One team eventually is gonna have to score.
Oh no!
There's a bit of a mistake though. Probably not the hit that they wanted. One's gonna be credited with that, but that's gonna be an unfortunate 50 coming out from Shez.
Yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate beginning to this game too, with a 5-second unfortunate 50. In favor of AND1 here. So it looks like Zen may be the one to look at here, as he's already a goal up in this game too. And Decibel now placing it off the backboard, pass to Bob. He's gonna get a huge clear. He's going for the double, 0 boost, gets it across. Chez might be there to pick it up, but unfortunately Onezen's able to get it around 2. Bob, third man going up, he's able to get the touch. And unfortunately a little bit of miscommunication here happening on the side of still not worth 20. But they're able to get it around. Now they've got a whole lot of boost, able to make a counterattack here. Able to get it around 1, but Onezen is able to pick it up. And unfortunately he's able to put it around quite a few of these blue players here. They're gonna try to play in the corner a little bit. Melody's able to get it around. No boost though. Zen's trying to keep the play alive, but that blue defense has a lot of boost to work with. Chez with a pass forward, unfortunately straight to Melody. And it is gonna keep the pressure, I think, for Orange here.
Definitely keeping the pressure here off the ceiling. Here's a bit of a solo play. That's going to be top bids. Barely off. Second man not able to read it. Onezen also not able to get a shot off. Blue team still staying alive here, even though they are down 1 goal. Bob gets a good beat to the midfield. Zen going to be able to get the clear around again, though. And the pressure coming out here from and 1 has really been monumental to their defense. They haven't been on defense that much. And that's because they know that keeping the ball on the blue side is going to be the way that they defend their net. They don't want to give up this ball. And here's a little bit of danger here. Decibel gonna get a high hit where Onezen's gonna meet him off the backboard. Bob meets that hit on that right side wall while Melody is gonna be able to get a dunk. Decibel, amazing outplay. Almost able to get an amazing first touch too, but just a little bit too far ahead. Bob trying to get the pass mid, actually opts for the flip reset. Instead, Chez not able to shove in that goal because that angle is just a bit too difficult to come in there if you're not getting a pass right on your head. Onezen now, 0 boost, looking for that 50, outbeats Chez, who Bob gonna keep that in. Chez needs to take the shot, and Nebula gonna be able to make that clutch save there. One more opportunity though, Decibel not able to put it in, and another beautiful save coming out from Melody.
Oh my gosh, the passing plays coming out from this blue offense here is absolutely incredible. As we see just pass after pass after pass, the communication is on point. And unfortunately here now, Orange team with the pressure is gonna try to make a play here. Bob's getting clear, but Onezen's gonna pick it up in the orange half. Looking for the outplay here, gets it to 50 mid. Melody now gonna look for a play around Decibel. He gets a bump on Decibel, and as last back, Decibel's not able to get the save, and it will be a goal, making a 2-goal lead here for and 1, with only 2 minutes, remaining in the game.
Wow, this and 1 roster must be petrifying here to not worth $20. I mean, the amount of outplays that are happening. Double tap!
What is that?
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Oh my
this team, they look like a juggernaut. They're nearly unstoppable. That angle, how do you even defend it? Even if Chez is able to read that he's going for a double, it goes so far to the right there. An amazing play, Onezen. He's looking like the real Zen right here. I'm getting a bit confused.
And that's the second one. That's not 1, but 2. Insane. Double taps coming in from Onezen. Yeah, absolutely looking like the real Zen here. And so we'll see if he can keep it alive. Right now they're 3 goals up, but a quick counter play coming in from not worth 20. And unfortunately though, it is quickly countered, and there is almost no defender. As Nebula goes for a double touch of his own, unfortunately not making the angle. But here they go. Orange team once again looking to have the offensive pressure here. He's gonna look for a 4th goal. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen just quite yet, as Bob takes an air dribble up, looking to get the clear. Gets it around 1, but Nebula is there to make the save. They're gonna try to keep it alive here. Chez with a good shot opportunity and a double and a save from Melody, but it's not enough as it gets dunked into his net.
Wow! He nearly read it 2 times right there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he had to float down off of the top of his own goal in order to meet that, and he did, and then he found the rebound as well. That was an amazing play, even if that does still go in. An amazing save, and should give them confidence to know that this roster isn't something they should be scared of. Bob finds a little bit of a team bump on his own defender there, but Chez is going to pick this up. Light touch, going for the dribble around Melody. Onezen tries to come in, but actually gets 50'd instead. Wasn't exactly expecting that. Now looking for a bump on Bob, who's going to be able to find the defense and the dribble around here. Maybe a bit of an opportunity. Melody, though, has been shutting down a lot of that midfield control here early on, which has really been allowing Onezen to take these opportunities while the defense has been boosted. But there's Shez, and he's going to be able to possibly find an open net. Melody doesn't have enough momentum to get back to that here. And now a game that we thought might have been over is now just within one goal. Chet, or not worth 20, needs one more goal in the next 28 seconds.
Yeah, that was quite the unfortunate 50 coming in from Nebula, as he posts an oops in the chat for the unfortunate 50 that led to a goal. But now there's only 30 seconds left in order for not worth 20 to get a goal to tie up the series, taking to the overtime again. But hopefully it's doable. But they don't got a lot of boost to work with, and Orange has a crazy play coming in as they got plenty of boost, plenty of players to work with. And with only 10 seconds left, it's not looking good, as there's still a lot of pressure coming in from Orange, and a crazy whiff coming in from Shez, and it doesn't look like it's going to be possible. Onezen still up, but unfortunately it will touch the ground, and that will be game 2 going in favor of And1. Definitely not a confusing name.
Definitely not at all, and it looks like they are calling in for a pause. We're having some technical issues on one of the players, but this And1 roster, even without those technical issues, oh wow, Decibel's at 999 ping, banger. Even without those technical issues, And1 is just looking like such a strong, hard-to-beat roster right now. Onezen is popping off on all cylinders. He's looking accurate as heck. He's scored every single double tap that he's gone for. Melody controlling the field, and the silent hero of this matchup, Nebula, is just keeping control on the defense. He's being that steady rock player that Onezen and Melody need in order to be able to thrive in an environment like this, especially a high-pressure upper bracket run that they're doing right now. So this And1 roster is looking like a well-oiled machine, but not to discredit not worth 20 either. They are still looking good. They're making hard saves. They're able to find some good pressure, and they are making some decent plays, especially being able to recognize mistakes on the And1 defense. But it just hasn't been quite enough there. And Kevin, I gotta ask, what do you think Not Worth 20 can do to adapt their game in to be able to, find some more scoring opportunities against And1?
Yeah, I think they definitely just have to look for those controlling plays, those getting those, not just one big boom across the field, but definitely looking for those controlling plays, and then looking for the follow-up, because those controlled plays, if you try to get more than one touch, you're going to get 50'd. And so really playing for those 50s and really looking to where the ball needs to be, really taking control of that midfield, where these plays are really happening is from the midfield. They're really just coming together from the sidewall, but specifically from just so much pressure and so much speed coming in from And1 and just everyone on their team. It's definitely very difficult, but I think they can do it. They definitely showed in that last game that they were able to start scoring a little bit, and they were able to start making something back. So I think that they should be able to. They just got to get the mental in, and they definitely got to get their third man back from his connection issues. So once Decibel is able to join, and he's not at 900 ping, we should be chilling.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they can do it.
I think they can as well, especially with this technical issues. It's not so much like when you're experiencing lag in Rocket League, it does definitely affect your mechanics and your positioning to an extent, but it really gets to your mental, because it's this kind of barrier where it's like, there's something out of my control that is affecting the way that I'm interacting with the plays and interacting with my team. So it's kind of something that you'll have to get over there, and it is an unfortunate situation, but hopefully we should be able to get a restart for Decibel coming in soon. But either way, Decibel was looking pretty strong there. He was a bit not as involved in the play, probably due to those technical issues, but he's also still looking very solid on defense. He doesn't look like he's panicking despite the issues that he's experiencing, and I think that's going to be something that he'll have to take into these next games once he does get these technical issues taken care of.
No, I agree. I definitely think that once they're able to bring the team back together, I think it'll definitely work really well. And definitely this technical issue is causing definitely an opportunity of is causing an opportunity of just taking a timeout for both teams here, just to really get back into it and talk about, all right, what's happening, you know, while they're figuring out Decibel's situation to get him back in the map.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it does act as a timeout where they're able to rediscuss and they're able to take a mental reset. And I think that's definitely one thing. Like for these best of sevens, I say it every time. Like there's so much of a mental game playing where you have to be on top of it. So taking 2 games off and then taking a huge break like this really gets that reset going, where you're able to make the play that you need to make. And I definitely think that they can come back after this if they're able to get the internet problem figured out. Not Worth 20 is definitely going to be able to come out swinging, I think.
Yeah. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is just send us to a quick break while we get this figured out. But do not go anywhere because we have a lot of action coming your way. So we will be right back.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you win this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and
Back!
Hey, welcome back. Hey, Goat, it's been forever. Been such a long
years,
time since
man.
we talked.
It's been years.
Man.
Years and years
Decades
and years.
even.
Real.
We're going in here to game number 3. We got Not Worth $20 on the blue side and 1 on the orange. We did have some technical issues coming out from Decibel, but it looks to be mostly resolved here. Now, Not Worth $20 is going to be down in this series, as you guys can see in that series score up there. But definitely still an opportunity for them to come back. They have a lot of pressure here. Decibel going to be up in the air. Doesn't get the perfect first touch. Tries to get it on the sidewall while Nebula fakes it for one Zen. Melody now. Big clear, but going to be shut down by Shez. Bob, pre-jump. Needs to get a touch. That's such an awkward angle to get. Not able to get exactly what he needed here. But pressure is still mounting against this An1 roster. Shez, a little bit awkward, but one Zen gets the pop around every defender. And that is exactly what we expected from An1 there. One Zen has literally been peeking out of his mind right now.
Oh my gosh, I think it's time we drop the 1. Zen makes an absolute crazy redirect there, scoring the first goal of the series in under a minute. And here we go, Melody's gonna get the first touch here after kickoff. Decibel meets him on the wall, but he's able to get it mid, and Zen, once again, making a touch to the backboard. Nebula is not able to pick it up. Melody's able to put a shot on, but there's not a lot of follow-up here from his team. So unfortunately, it looks like Not Worth 20 is going to be able to take control a little bit, but they don't have a lot of boost to work with. And actually, An1 is continuing the pressure. Zen with a good shot opportunity, he doesn't make it. And a clear from Shez will leave the net wide, will leave the ball wide from the net. And they're able to kind of relax a little bit as they try to look for a boost here.
Good opportunities coming out here. One Zen almost able to put in a goal. Bob now trying to pick it up. Been struggling a little bit this game to find a lot of the space he needs in the air, as well as finding a lot of boost. It looks like they've been purposefully boost starving these players, but it also looks like the blue side has just been a bit boost starved overall as a unit here. But Nebula now picking this up on the sidewall, trying to show what he's made of. Doesn't find the hit that he needed. Didn't have enough boost to really go for that foot read, or for that ceiling shot, I should say. One's in now picking this up off the wall, going for a little bit of an outplay of his own, looking for the bumps. That's another thing. The And1 has been very bump friendly, bump heavy even, to a certain extent, trying just to find a lot more opportunities to get those players off of the field, as a shot does roll downfield, but Shez is going to be able to get at least a decent catch.
And here we go, and an incredible shot from Nebula will score it as soon as I start talking. Incredible. A pass from Melody and crazy 50. There it is. 50 with Melody and Bob, leaving a shot open for Nebula. And third man is a little bit too far back on the back post in order to get the save. And will be another goal scored for and one. Nebula now taking it up will be met by Shez, who's able to get the touch he's looking for. One Zen off the back wall, looking to get the counter play. And a huge bump from Bob will leave the net open, but Decibel doesn't have the boost to reach it in time, and it's not going to be a goal for them, unfortunately. Great opportunity, though. It shows that there is weaknesses in this and one defense here. And they're going to keep looking for it. Bob now, full boost, looking off the ceiling. Melody cuts the 50 off short. Shez looking to get a touch, but one Zen is just way far above him. Now Decibel and Bob clearing it off of their own, away from their net. Melody is going to look for a double here, a triple touch, and a beautiful flip reset off the double will unfortunately not go in, as it is off target just a little bit. Here's a small counterattack. Oh my gosh, it just...
What a play! Nearly almost goes in off that triple tap, and it almost goes in again! And it's off the bar! I cannot believe what we are seeing here, the pressure. Eventually, and one's luck and accuracy has to run out here, but one Zen has never run out of luck on this field. Here's a shot coming out from Melody around Shed. Bob not able to get to it. Melody slots that top binge with a 3-goal lead coming into game number 3, looking like a full sweep is ahead of us. But this is not worth $20. Not out just yet here. Going in, they do need a bit of a kickoff goal and a little bit of luck on their side. You also want to see a little bit more of Decibel and Shez getting involved into the plays. These two players are still under 100 points, and it feels like they're a little bit scared of this AND1 roster, not really able to read the 50s or their first touches, which is putting them in awkward positions and stopping their momentum in order to not allow them to actually find any good quality opportunities. Here's one though. Decibel puts that in, slots it down off of that misread from the defender. A little bit of Razin in the chat there, Melody Nat coming out. Just an unfortunate play. Look, I'm not even sure what happened there, but Decibel and the Not Worth 20 roster will gladly take that one here as they dwindle this lead down to 2.
And here we go, only a 2-goal lead remaining for AND1, but only 45 seconds left in order for them to come back and score it. So we'll see if they can do it. Melody at the back wall, leaving it for Nebula with a beautiful shot. It goes back wall, but Zen is able to pick it up and to score it, shooting it into the back of the net. And an absolute beautiful game plan from AND1 here. And it looks like we are going to unfortunately have to pause the game due to a lag spike coming in from Decibel. Only 40 seconds left in the game and 3 goals to be scored for this AND1 here. So hopefully they're able to not lose too much hope here. And it looks like we're going to just to continue it, because there's just not enough game left to really make it too worth our while. So hopefully Decibel's internet will continue to play nice for the remainder of the series. But I think that might just be the end of this one. They are going to keep looking for one more, but it's 3 goals down and not a lot of time to do it. So we'll see how it goes. Bob trying to make some good plays. Decibel's going up on 0. Shez, though, with a shot opportunity, it will be wide. Nebula now picking it up, trying to get around Bob, but Bob is there. Bob putting it mid, almost in. But unfortunately, it's not going to 50 in the right way. Good opportunity.
Coming out. Super close here. Decibel almost gets a little bit of a doink, and Bob's going to force that in there. 1 second left. The dream is technically alive. Actually, I don't think it might be alive.
I don't think that's how that works.
Definitely a decent play. You can see AND1 letting their guard down a little bit. Might not be the best choice here. Even though Decibel is experiencing those technical issues, it might just be the end of the AND1 streak if they don't stay locked in here. But they do take that game number 3 and put themselves on to match point here. Not Worth 20 still looking for that first game and for a lead.
It is indeed getting quite close for this not worth 20 team right now, as they are indeed on, and one is on match point. So it all comes down to this here in game number 4, and it could be a full sweep for and one, depending on whether or not worth 20 is able to pull it back. So we'll see how Decibel's internet treats us, because I think with the goal he scored off of 100 ping, I think there's definitely an opportunity here if they're able to keep it together and they're able to not let their mental drift away too far just yet. As we go into game number 4, it all comes down to this.
Good kickoffs coming out already here. Bob tries to get the wave dash touch, but does get in front of that rebound here, allowing them to keep pressure. Sheds off the backboard. Decibel not able to meet it in time here, but Bob's going to try to get a goal for himself. Second man just a little bit too far away. Had to go for that mid boost. And Shez is going to go ahead and commit, be a little bit out of the play here. Does get a good redirect to Bob, and Bob's going to shoot in one Zen with the most clutch of saves. I am shocked at how good this kid is playing here right now. Another hit off that backboard.
Is indeed playing out of his mind, and a really good shot from Bob. A flick around the last defender. He catches it off the pass from Zen. Actually, unfortunately, Zen does not get the clear that he wanted to. Bob's able to control it, get the flick around the last defender, and score an early lead for not worth 20. This could be it to keep him in the game, but there's still plenty of match to be played before that can happen. Melody, looking at the redirect here off the sidewall, looking to keep possession. Shez is going to cut it short, but it still falls to this orange defense here. Looks like they're going to try to get the clear. Decibel taking it off the wall, falls in front of the net, but no one's there to follow it up. Zen now, off the ceiling, looking for a pass mid. Nebula's there. Shez, though, cutting it short. And right now, they're playing around in the midfield, looking to make something happen. There was actually an open net there for Shez, but he's not able to get the touch he wants. And this is looking a little bit tight, actually, unfortunately, for and one.
Good clears coming out here from Decibel, as we see a few demos coming out now. One Zen in the air. Bob's going to be able to meet him in the corner. Still on that blue side, though, and Melody keeps up this pressure. Nebula not going to be able to get a shot here. Decibel's going to meet him for the 50 instead, while Shez tries to pick this up on the sidewall. Finds a demo instead, and now it's going to be Bob. 1v2, almost a 1v3. Double commit coming out here from One Zen and Nebula. Shez sees that open. Slow there. Shez is going to be able to pick up a second goal for this not worth 20 roster. And I told you, I called this right before this game started. If they don't stay locked in, they're going to be able to give up these goals. And it looks like not worth 20 are finally back in this series.
It does appear that not worth 20 is indeed making quite the comeback here. Already 2 goals up, which is better than any game so far. It definitely spells well for the rest of the series. So we'll see if and one is able to lock back in and tighten up their communication and really play to what they need to. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy anymore, as One Zen no longer popping off out of his mind like he did in those first 2 games. So it looks like they're going to have to try, and here we go. Here they are trying in order to pop this defense out of their comfort zone, trying to score a goal. But they're not able to do it quite yet. And some miscommunication plays and a crazy bump into a pinch. Trying to keep the play alive. It works. And here we go. It's still been a lot of pressure for and one here. It stayed in this blue half a long time, so we'll see if they're able to get the clear. Zen, though, putting it mid. We'll see if Melody's able to put it in. But they're not able to, as they do get the 50 on it. But it's not quite in just yet.
Opportunities coming out here. Still a lot of pressure on this blue side. Bob trying to pick it up, get the flick around One Zen while Melody comes in to intercept that in the air. And a little bit of a hard opportunity for them to actually find shots. It looks like this blue defense is finally finding their identity here. They're taking those 50s and they're able to find a little bit more stability. Nebula nearly gets the beat and he gets a 50 instead, leaving that for One Zen there. Finally, we see a goal coming out from the and one roster, and off of a very good play there too, to be able to read Shez's momentum and the angle that he's coming at. It's going to be pretty hard to find that immediate stop in front of the net, but it does allow them to get that goal, as Melody now picking this off the ceiling, looking for a pass down, tried to go for a shot instead, and now Bob tries to run it down the field himself. Decibel not able to find the right touch, but Nebula is on 0 boost. Now One-Zen needs to find the bump, gets it on Decibel, but doesn't put it on net, and Melody's not going to be able to score that on there. Blue side still keeping their hopes alive here, not worth 20 now, sending down the field for an attack of their own.
Only a minute and a half left in the game, and they're still up a goal, and now we're up 2 goals with an incredible double touch from Bob. Not worth 20 is definitely coming back in this series, and it'll be awesome to see if he keeps it alive. One-Zen just doesn't have the boost to get up there fast enough, and unfortunately he's not able to clear it, and Bob will easily claim that double touch as we go. Looking for another shot here. Shez with the early touch doesn't get it. Nebula actually with the touch. Decibel's gonna have to cut him short before he can get the goal, and a pre-flip from Melody will leave it just perfectly in front of the net, and she's able to they're able to follow it up again in order to get the goal. Incredible play.
So awkward for Decibel to read that there. He doesn't know if it's on target or if it's going to be far off, and if it's in between. That bounce is so weird, such a hard position to be in, but they do still retain 1 goal ahead of this N1 roster, but not easily. Bob has to make a defensive save, looks for the flip reset, gets it around One-Zen! Really gets it around Melody, he's floating, but Shez can't find an angle around him, and now Bob picking it up with 0 boost, needs to find a 50, all 3 defenders in one corner, Decibel side flips now, and Bob's nearly own goaling, but Shez is able to get a touch back into the corner where Nebula's going to try to pass it. Bob does find it around 1, and Shez gets a good power clear to the other side around One-Zen. Melody now 0 boost, not going to be able to keep it up. Demo's coming out. Bob taken off that field there. One-Zen needs to get it around, but it's a bit too far left. Bob clutch save here at the last 30 seconds of this game. Shez now passing this down to Bob, who needs to pick it up, but Melody going to try to shove this in, and he has
No way!
8 seconds left.
What an absolutely incredible series of events as the pressure amounts to incredible plays coming in from N1, and Melody gets a crazy play to tie it up with only 20 seconds left. It's coming down to the wire here in game number 4. Chez gonna look for an opportunity. Melody clears it off the backboard. Nebula gonna try to pick up a touch, but he's not able to. And One-Zen able to get around Decibel. Now looking for a play of his own, looking for the score. Nebula goes up, looking for a play around. He doesn't get it. Medley now pushing it back, just going for another kickoff. And we're going into overtime in game 4. Match point.
I cannot believe it. Shez barely got a touch on that, and he had to get a touch there, or else that was going to be immediately towards its net. Nebula trying to get a high pinch, doesn't go forward, more so just up. And Bob's going to take this into the corner, take a little bit of his own time. Good fake on One-Zen there too, allows him to get the pop, but Melody finds the bump instead, and now Nebula here trying to pick it up into the corner. Shez needs to find a clear or 50, does get the 50 towards Bob here, but it's going to be in a bit of an odd position for him to really dribble it back down the midfield. A little bit back and forth between both of these teams here as Nebula looks to take this up the wall. Bob going to be able to meet him, does not want this ball getting cleared out. Melody does not care, looks for that clear anyway, and now One-Zen able to find a good pass, and Shez is going to be able to read it instead here. Decibel, low boost, One-Zen with the interception, picks up the mid, looking for a little bit of an outplay, needs to go for the bump, backflip, and Nebula not able to put it on Bob with an amazing save.
An unfortunate backflip there from One-Zen probably will not end up leading to a goal. But here we go, some more opportunities coming out for N1. We're gonna try to keep it up. Shez on 0 boost, looking for a play. He's not able to quite get it. And Nebula's gonna get the clear to Shez, who puts one on, but unfortunately it's not on. And it will be just a couple plays here on the back wall. Has not worth 20, is looking for a play, and it just falls in front of the net, and Shez is able to put it in.
I am in shock right now. Nebula, I don't know why he stopped. He could have just gone for the hit. I think it was a miscommunication between both of those players. Neither of them knew who should and wanted to go for that ball, and it just flows for an easy goal. It feels like N1, they finally started to crack under that foundation of a strong defense that they've made throughout this series. And even though they still are on match point, this is definitely going to be a little bit of a more uphill battle for this N1 roster.
No, this is very true, and especially not winning it in a full sweep is definitely a little bit sweaty, or a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? It makes and one sweat a little bit. They gotta worry a little bit. They're like, oh no, things are able to happen. It definitely gives Not Worth 20 hope that they definitely are able to come back, and I think it's a possibility. Absolutely, it is. Like I said, coming off of those technical difficulties, nice and warm for game number 5 here. As we go, Chez looking for an early pass to Decibel, and it will go in for an early lead coming in for Not Worth 20.
Yeah, I was a bit skeptical of that touch from Chez. I thought he could have taken some time, caught it, and just rolled it into the net. Would have made things a bit easier there. But Decibel does find that shot, and that's all that you need. You just need that goal to go in there. Here's a little bit of an opportunity, though. Nebula not able to pick it up, and Decibel looking for a double tap. Nearly finds it, but it's going to be a bit far off. One Zen got in a really awkward place for him, for Decibel to get that ball around him. Strong touch coming out. Bob takes it off the air dribble, needs to 50 it around one Zen, gets the flip reset over. Decibel not able to meet it in time there. The defense from N1 still standing strong, even if there have been a few cracks. And here's a shot from Melody as he shows that he is not out yet. And one still looking for some goals, and they find that tying one from their star maker.
An incredible shot from Melody, as Chez is just not able to get it over, is not able to get to the net in time. Just absolutely incredible. I thought he was gonna make it, and he really did, but an incredible shot from Melody will set it into the net, tying it in only 30 seconds. One goal for each team. Both teams coming out swinging, and one still looking for that game-winning match point. And here it is, almost a team pinch coming in from and one. Great attempts, but unfortunately it's going to end up in their half now, as Not Worth 20 is going to look for a little bit of something here. And unfortunately there's no one in their half currently to defend the shot from one Zen, and he will put it away for free.
Bit overzealous there. Bob and Chez both commit. Chez probably could have left that ball there, but also needed to make some sort of impact on that play in order for them to not have some sort of massive clear down the field. Ends up being an open net for them, though. And now and one showing again why they were looking so dominant at the beginning of this series here. Melody finding another demo here on this roster while Chez tries to pick it up. Gets a really high flick. Nobody on a lot of boost here. One Zen in an awkward position as well. Bob doesn't have enough boost to really pick that up for an air dribble, which is what he wanted to do. That's where he feels most comfortable with, and this and one roster has really been shutting him down as one Zen finds another open net.
A beautiful shot as well. Bob unfortunately not getting the best 50, and there's no one back from the Not Worth 20 roster to defend the shot from one Zen, and unfortunately it just goes right in, and they're already up 2 goals. But there's still plenty of time left for Not Worth 20 to try to stay alive in this series. And they will try to do just that as Decibel comes out swinging with his very own goal.
Great shot coming out. Good kickoffs as well. I mean, you can say that kickoffs are 50-50, you can say they're luck-based, but there is some skill in being able to read what your opponent is, the position that they're in, and adjusting the kickoff you're going for in the middle of a game there. As a shot nearly goes in from Bob, a banger here, clears down the field to Chez, who is not going to be able to find that off the wall. It's going to be Melody instead. As one Zen now, picking this up the sidewall of his own, looking for a little bit of an opportunity. Pass mid to Melody. Bob shuts it down now. Doesn't get the catch that he needs, though. Probably shouldn't have flipped for that ball. Chez now trying to pick it up. Bumps coming out, or Demo's coming out here from the blue side. Melody clear that downfield. Open net again. Chez able to reach for it last second here. That third man really getting very close to the play, kind of at the disadvantage of Not Worth $20.
Yeah, they're definitely playing very aggressive with a very far up third man, as we see multiple goals coming from that, where the net is just left wide open. But sometimes it does work out, and Bob here going for a nice shot, will be blocked. Decibel trying to play forward in the midfield, keeping it alive. It's not going to work out. Jazz looking for something, doesn't make it happen. One Zen now with a flip reset, looking to put it around one. He doesn't get it though, and they're just playing it in front of the blue net right now. And there is a Rule 1 on the field with Bob and Melody. Everyone's leaving it alone. It's now a 2v2 for the time being. As Decibel, shame on
They're
you, by
losing.
the way,
They're losing this
finally breaks it. And I hope they get scored on because of it. And they are on the losing side right now, which is not good. Karma might be on the side of and1, as they might just win this series because of it. But we will see. They're gonna try to win despite that. And Shez now looking for the clear, doesn't get quite the touch he wanted, and it's just a perfect pass to one's end. And there's the karma for breaking the Rule 1.
Deserved it. And honestly, like, from a strategic perspective, I don't think you break that Rule 1 anyway, because it's on your half there. So if it gets 50, they don't have a third man on their side, because both of those players were in that corner there. So I think the best play would have been just to just clear it straight up and keep some pressure, keep it on the orange side there, because it would have been a 2v2 at that point, and it would have been easy to do that. So both a strategic blunder and a little bit of a meme there. But 2 goals down, 90 seconds left, definitely still an opportunity. One's end, bit of a powerful clear. Nebula's going to be awkward and gets 50 there. Bob opts to leave it for Shez, who finds another 50, but it goes straight back to one's end here. Feels like not many 50s have been going back to their own teammates, mostly just on the other side. Really gets ground pinched in the corner, but it is going to be off, as Nebula does get in the way of the defenders and the counterattack. Decibel now on full boost, needs to find a clear, and Melody's going to be there to get another interception.
Here we go, only a minute left in the game, and a 2-goal lead for and1. It's looking quite good for them, but a strong counterattack is coming in. One's end, though, getting the touch, blocking Bob's double touch. And it looks like they're going to take possession here. We're going once again to the blue side. Decibel on the ground, though, is ready for it. Nebula cuts him off, going for a shot of his own, leaving it for one's end, who passes it to Melody, who takes a shot, and it's a beautiful one, and it will put them up one more goal, and only 40 seconds left for Not Worth 20 to come back.
The unfortunate own goal. I think Bob might have had that save, to be quite honest, but Shez was just a little bit scared and wanted to find a power clear, because he knew that if he could get into the corner fast enough, he might be able to take either an air dribble or some sort of flick down the field to give them another opportunity. But here's Bob now off the side, while not a great dribble, just goes to the left side. Shez needs to take a shot, and one's end's going to be there. He does get bumped, though. Nebula a bit awkward. It is rolling in front of the field. Shez finds the turn, and he's going to be able to put in his first goal here of game number 5, as we are still looking for that 2-goal, looking for that kickoff, that oomph that Not Worth 20 really needs to be able to put and1 in their place.
And there it is, and there the opportunity to break it. Here it goes, and a little bit of a double commit actually from Not Worth 20. Kind of ruins their chances a little bit at scoring these last 2 goals that they need, but they need to put everything forth in order to win it.
There it
and
is.
They do score 1, and there's 5 seconds left in order for them to stay alive in the series. It's technically possible. We might see some kickoff strats coming out, but they sent everything they had at 0 boost at the ball, and it works. And here we go. With 1 goal to happen, they need to go for it. Regular kickoff, huge demo coming off, but unfortunately the boost and the ball is going in favor of and1.
Look though. Oh.
And it's ground. GG's.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be up. I saw that 50. I knew what Bob was gonna go for, and then they just take him out of the field. What a dirty play from and1 in order to take the series, but they had to do what they had to do, right? They had to get that win. They knew that they were giving a little bit of ground and Not Worth 20, and they got physical, they got dirty, and they took this series. Not Worth 20 are not out of this playoffs, though. They were in the upper bracket, so they will be going down to the lower bracket to meet, and I can't remember exactly who. Let me get that playoff bracket here. I'm not sure who they're going to be competing against, but they are still in the playoffs. And congratulations to and1 for an amazing series.
Indeed, it was a wonderful series. Actually, they face Hospice.
Oh, they do.
In the lower brackets. But absolutely an incredible series, incredible to watch. It was a little bit in favor of and1, I will say. One's end was popping off in those first 2 games with the most insane double touches we have seen in this bracket so far. I'm like, I don't even think anything will compete with that. So it's definitely going on a highlight reel somewhere. That's all I know. But
Absolutely.
I think that's it. Do we have another game, or is that just it?
We have one more matchup here. We got Burger Boom versus It's Lit Everywhere. Last matchup of the upper bracket here tonight. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with some more Rocket League action.
storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy sea.
got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always
Welcome back to the Six-Man Summer League here. My name's Fiatcolor here, joined by my co-host, Mr. Decibel. How are you doing? We just saw you play in that last match.
Yeah, I'm doing good. That was a tough series. I think that and one team is really strong, and there were a couple things out of our control, but it's just the way it goes. So very a good team, and hopefully it's still not worth $20. We'll be able to play them in the grand finals. That'd be the ideal scenario. So we'll see if the rematch happens later on. But other than that, still a good series, and I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an amazing series here. We got Burger Boom versus It's Lit Everywhere. Burger Boom going to be Mass, Nightmare Rally, and Classy here. Well, It's Lit Everywhere. We got Miko, Thankful, and Ollie here. Definitely a very well-balanced matchup in terms of MMR and of just general skill between both of these teams. So definitely going to be an exciting matchup here. We've seen a little bit more of Burger Boom on the stream than we have of It's Lit Everywhere. So not 100% sure what to expect for this matchup, except the only thing I know is that it is definitely going to be a banger.
I agree. Like you said, I mean, it's everywhere. Not a big stream team. I think they played a lot of their games outside of regular hours, but I do know that they have some very good players. Obviously, I'm familiar with Miko as he plays for Arizona State regularly, so I've seen him play on some really good teams before. Thankful, who also is, I believe, part of the APAC scene, or APAC RLCS scene regularly, so he has that experience not only playing but coaching, and he knows what it takes to play and compete at a high level, and then Ollie obviously. So this is going to be a good series. I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, excited to get into game number one here as we see a little bit of a kickoff and some demo action coming out early. And talking a little bit about players that we know. I used to go to school with Classy, good guy, love him, funniest guy. He has such a strong mental here too, so I expect him to really be, take a little bit of a leadership role into this team, although it's probably going to be Nightmare Rally, who's more of the star player of this roster. I'd call him more of like, the power player. He makes a lot more of those kind of crazy, a little bit risky plays that give them really cool scoring opportunities here. But Miko, going to be able to take an air dribble, gets bumped out by Mass, who is not able to follow up here, but Thankful tries to find the 50. Ollie also finding another touch as that gets bounced around and gets sent back down to the orange side.
Yeah, this is very good control from this Burger Boom squad off of the start. I think they're doing a good job of putting pressure on this orange half. Starting to understand why you said that Nightmare may be a leader. I mean, you can kind of already see the rotations coming out. And like you said, I mean, mental and rotations are two of the most important aspects when you're playing in a long series like this. Obviously, now that this is playoffs and we've moved out of the switch stage, this is both of these teams' first time playing in a best-of-7 series. So that's another thing you have to factor in to make sure that they know what it takes to win not only 3 but 4 games, and to have it done in an efficient fashion and make sure you don't give up too many mistakes.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like this team, or this game I should say, has really been a little bit more of just a warm-up match for both of these teams, just trying to feel out where they're comfortable and trying to mostly gauge how they're approaching a lot of air attacks and team plays. And both teams have not found many quality scoring opportunities, although we did see an air dribble coming out from, I believe it was Ollie or Thankful just a minute ago here. Looks like right now got Burger Boom a little bit of pressure, but that is going to be cleared down and relieved by Ollie, who's looking for a bump. And Thankful's going to get a good shot, top right there. First goal here while we're 2 minutes in. It's Lit Everywhere, able to take the lead.
Yeah, great shot there from Thankful. Ollie kind of just hovering around the net, being a threat to Moss, who was on that backboard trying to avoid the bump, and just unable to get himself in the right position to save it. Very good attack from It's Lit Everywhere to start out. I mean, they handled the pressure from Burger Boom, and they created a counterattack of their own. Thankful's going to try and continue this as he gets it underneath one, pops it over the third. He takes out the whole team himself, and Miko has a chance. But what a soft touch from Miko, not one that you expected to see there. Lucky for them, they're the team in the lead, because that could have been one that later he'll be kicking himself on. And, just one of those shots that you kind of expect a player like Miko to score. On the other side, Nightmare has a shot on target. It is tapped away wide by Miko, making up for his mistake a little bit. but the ball is very heavily in the orange half right now. A lot of pressure. Moss with the backboard bump. Thankful is going to pop it out, but still super awkward here. High pop from Classy. He's going to be the first up to it as well, as a clear from Miko, who's playing a lot of defense right now, just trying to keep this ball out of the orange half. Weak touch from Nightmare, and it is going to go the other way.
A little bit of a foot race between Ollie and Classy. Ollie isn't able to make contact just yet. Nightmare Rally able to come in for that save here. And what you can see definitely a lot from both teams here is just how they're not trying to force anything too fast. They're taking their time, like we said, and trying to just gauge a little bit more about how these teams are approaching a lot of the situations that are being thrown at them. Right now, though, Thankful keeping up a little bit of pressure with a good 50 against Nightmare Rally, who's also going to try to take a cross-field air dribble. Classy going to opt to go ahead and take that away from him. Not going to be quite on net, though. A little bit of an opportunity here from Ollie, but he's been very much on low boost a lot of the time. He's been able to get the ball. Can't tell if it's maybe a little bit of the nerves or if he's just finding himself in awkward situations here. Thankful, though, going to try to pick up and take a little bit of a possession of his own here. Moss able to find a close touch and soft in the corner.
Yeah, good clear there from Moss, trying to create a counterattack for Burger Boom, looking for some sort of answer here as we creep up on 1 minute remaining in this first game. A lot of pressure from Burger Boom, hasn't amounted to anything, but it will now. Good shot there from Moss. He just beats out all of the orange players who were going up for that ball. Ollie ends up hitting it awkwardly, and Moss just barely enough boost to get up to that before Miko. That's one of those goals that just, is a result of a lot of pressure, not really a solo play or a fortunate event. I think I would say that they had that one coming, and it was a good time to have that one come in with just under a minute to play now.
A little bit more pressure here coming out. Nightmare Rally trying to find a dribble, maybe even a cut shot here to get some pressure. And now Moss trying to keep it on his own while Ollie finds a power clear here. A little bit of banger ball coming out from both sides. Classy trying to look for a double touch, not able to find the right first touch though. And now back into the corner here. A lot of corner play that we've seen from both sides. Looks like they do realize the safety that is implicit in having that ball on that corner, but haven't been able to find a lot of opportunities to move it from the corner down into the midfield there. As Classy does find an amazing dunk off of a flip reset attempt from Thankful there. And Nightmare Rally gonna let that bounce in off of that rebound there. And 12 seconds left in game number 1, and it looks like we may have a bit of a matchup on our hands as Rally takes the lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is clearly going to be a very close series all the way through. Burger Boom just able to eke out a couple of extra goals when it mattered, beating out other players on the aerials. That's the key to their success in game number 1. Under 10 seconds left to play. We'll see if It's Everywhere has anything left in them. A miss there is not going to give them too much hope, as Miko's going to have to settle back, try and create one more attack, but an awkward touch, Nightmare towards Ollie, and the ball hits the ground. Game number 1 goes to Burger Boom. They looked like the more aggressive team through the entire game, I would say. There were just a lot of times where they wouldn't capitalize, but they were able to put 2 quick goals in when it mattered, and I think, this game number 1, very close, should be an indicator of how the rest of the series will go.
Yeah, definitely a very close matchup. Both teams had a lot of opportunities to find some good solo and team plays there, but we didn't see too many passing plays coming out from either side. It felt like just a lot of countering from mistakes that the defense made. So definitely expecting to see a little bit more of a faster paced game going into game number 2 here. But really, both sides are looking quite solid, especially on defense. They're looking composed. They're not making too many dangerous touches, and they're not playing too risky against each other, especially in their own corner. So definitely a hard time to score for both sides whenever they're on offense.
Yeah, and I mean, that is, you're going to see that when you're in a game, not a game 7, in a 7-game series, because there's really just no reason to go for a bunch of risky touches or go for, like flashy plays or anything that'll get you the win quick, because it is more of a marathon rather than a sprint. So I think both of these teams know that. We had a game number 1 that was, very evenly matched, so we should see much more of that in game number 2 as well.
Good kickoffs coming out here. Thankful, powerful 50. Does go for another touch on the corner. Might make it a bit awkward. That second man did leave. Ollie gets a bit of an awkward touch, but does get it around that defender there. Nightmare Rally, bit of a mistake here, floating in front of the middle. Moss able to get in front of the ball just in time. Thankful gonna go ahead and take another shot as it's blocked by another blue side defender. Classy here, a little bit of a heavy touch. Wanted to keep that a bit closer there as Nightmare Rally now trying to find a little bit of an opportunity, but Miko's gonna go ahead and take it in the air, tries to get it around one, but is able to send it back down the field.
Yeah, a lot of kind of back and forth right now. I mean, a couple opportunities obviously for both teams. No one registering a shot on the scoreboard yet, so a lot of pressure rather than having any shots go on target. A little bit of a non-threatening floater there from Ollie. The entire blue team is going to try and reset here and get an attack going, but it's very quickly taken away by Thankful, who has been playing a very disruptive role in the series so far for Itzla Everywhere, just kind of getting in the way whenever they need him to be disruptive, and this might even be a breakaway chance here for Miko, who's not going to win that 50. Ball falls back towards Classy. See what he can do here. High flick, very powerful up towards the top, and Nightmare Rally unable to read it off the backboard. Moss with the shot. It's off of that top right corner of the net. A good opportunity there for Burger Boom off of that great flick from Ollie to start off that attack, but just nothing really amounted from the pressure that they've created for themselves.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity and honestly very well executed. Just a bit unlucky, Moss not able to get the most accurate of power shots to say, but definitely still the type of plays you want to see this team going for, especially as we head towards the middle of this series, in the middle of this game. Moss now trying to take it up in the air, looks for the roof pinch, not able to find it though as Thankful finds a 50. Nightmare Rally also gets a bang out pass to Moss, who takes up the backboard. Miko there, finally looking for that defense. This team has been able to adapt very well. Classy did have to race back for that save here as Moss is going to clear it down the field once again. And both teams looking like they've had good opportunities to score on each other, but the defenses on both sides have been holding up very strong as we are still scoreless going into halfway through this game number 2. Nightmare Rally, bit of an awkward touch to the corner, but Classy is going to be able to find a good 50.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of opportunities on offense for both teams. However, both teams only recording 2 shots each on the scoreboard. That just goes to show that there really isn't too much threat being put on target, at least. Although the ball may be, lingering in some of these teams' halves on any given minute, there's not really anything getting shot towards the net, so nothing really too dangerous yet. Nightmare Rally is going to try and create something here. He doesn't have a good touch off the ceiling. Still a very deadlocked game to commit there for Itzla Everywhere, but that is going to lead to a goal anyways, as Miko just gets up for that one really quickly, and he's able to back up his 2 teammates. I want to see what happened again here. Yeah, Thankful and Ollie both go up for that beat out Moss, but Classy and Nightmare Rally both on the same side of the field. That's going to give just enough of an opening for Miko to slot that one, and Itzla Everywhere take the lead now in game number 2.
Yeah, Miko was looking so confident in that play. Definitely a little bit of a change of pace for him in game 1, where he looked just a little bit more sluggish, but also trying to be a little bit more controlled as well. Now he's definitely feeling more comfortable with his team and finding that trust in that third and second man to know that they're going to be in positions that even if he doesn't make that shot, they're going to be able to recover just fine. Here's a little bit of an opportunity though. Moss trying to find it in the air against Ollie while Classy gets a beat around. Thankful does find a good dunk, looking for the pinch, doesn't make contact though. Finds the bump, Miko, a little bit too high, so unfortunate. Ollie skies it towards the net there. Classy low boost, Rally just alongside him, and now both on full boost here. Nightmare Rally's looking for a bump of his own, but Ollie is going to be able to avoid it. Finds a good touch to the wall, but 50's his own teammate. Luckily, Miko is able to get there, but definitely you can see that this orange side defense is getting a little bit more choppy.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple really good opportunities on offense for both teams, but like you mentioned, I mean, Itzla Everywhere kind of going through it on defense right now. They're trying to figure things out. They are going to have a counterattack opportunity here. It's too weak, though, from Ollie. It's going to go off to that corner. Classy looks a little awkward here. He's going to put that towards Miko, and that's going to go off the crossbar after skimming the bottom of Classy's car. So lucky break there for Burger Boom, who, despite being down a goal, is still playing some defense that is really unavoidable. And what a shot there from Miko to slot it into the bottom right corner. He gives himself his second of the game off of, again, just a bad clear there from Moss, and Classy, despite having full boost, that's just the worst spot to be in, is right smack dab in the middle of the goal. And now what might have been the nail in the coffin for Itzla Everywhere as Miko picks up his second.
There's another goal rolling down the field. Moss makes it just in time and gets an amazing 50 here to the corner. Maybe a pinch out mid might get them score on. Oh my gosh! How much power did he put on that? How much power do you need to pass that mid? Nearly a scoring opportunity here for Burger Boom, just not quite there. Classy now on the possession, gets a flick around two. Miko is able to find it here, but it is a pass to Rally, who puts a shot immediately on net. Saved again by Thankful here. Less than 10 seconds left to go. Thankful is going to get a 50 down the side of the field. That should be the nail in the coffin here for Burger Boom in game number 2. And definitely a change of pace like we expected, but not exactly how I thought things would go out. I thought there were going to be a lot more aerial plays. I thought there were going to be a few more team-involved plays, you know, passing from the midfield to the corner to the net, but both teams were still looking very controlled in that game, although Italy Everywhere is starting to show a little bit of their imperfections on defense.
Yeah, definitely. I will mention, I mean, the defense from Itzla Everywhere at the end of that game was crazy. That pinch midfield that got tapped away, a shot from Nightmare as well with another couple saves, some clutch moments from Itzla Everywhere in that in the final moments of game number 2, and that's what you want to see from a team that hopes to go, you know, all the entire distance and win the series. So I think that we're gonna hopefully have more defensive plays like that in the future.
Let reset. Nightmare Rally gets around one, nearly goes in, but Miko gets a clutch save right there as Thankful is going to force this down the field. Good hook shot off. Nightmare Rally gets a touch. Close opportunity here for Itzla Everywhere. Ollie looking for a flip reset, passes that off to Thankful, who's going to put that top bins there, and an immediate goal. A message to be sent to Burger Boom here. Itzla Everywhere is truly everywhere.
Yeah, what a shot, what a pass from both these players. I mean, that's the team chemistry you expect to see. My game is also lagging a little bit, so if I'm too laggy, just cut me off. But that was a really good 1-2 play there, and that's the kind of team play you want to see in a playoff series, obviously.
Definitely good opportunity. Miko taking another shot, going to be off the bins again. A little bit of a recurring theme here for Miko, going a bit too fast. Now has to shadow defend. Isn't able to get the right positioning there as Classy with a little bit of a mind game there. What a first touch, actually. I didn't even realize that he hits it with the back of his car for it to get like a light touch up. So definitely an amazing play there. I mean, I'm baffled. I'm sure the defense was as well.
Yeah, very, very well done there from Classy. I'm not even sure which player is the captain for Burger Boom. I would assume it's Nightmare, but despite all of that, Classy is one of those players that, you know, it doesn't even matter what MMR, what position on the team he is, or what draft pick, like he creates those game-changing plays, and that's one you see right there. Just the knowledge to be able to get that soft touch pass to himself, and he cleans that one up. Nightmare's going to try and take this towards the net. Ollie is going to miss that on low boost. Thankful, luckily, there to back him up, as this ball will kind of float all the way towards this blue half. We'll wait for Thankful to do something here. Caught by Moss, but he is a little awkward here. He is going to get this out. Still no boost, so Nightmare cuts across. Classy might have a one-on-one. No boost, almost able to put it in, but it is tapped away to the side, and Itzla Everywhere avoids a scare right there as this pressure from Burger Boom is mounting, but hasn't amounted to anything yet.
You can definitely tell that Burger Boom is playing a little bit more, you know, trying to take a little bit more initiative onto the plays. They're willing to take a little bit of risk. Even like right there, you saw that positioning was a bit weird from Classy and Nightmare Rally, but it's because they wanted to keep that pressure there and create a bit of a more awkward opportunity for Itzla Everywhere to have to save. Itzla Everywhere, though, looking a little bit more reactive in terms of how they're trying to play there. That's nearly an amazing shot coming out from Mosh, just a little bit off. But they're playing a little bit reactive, just playing off of the mistakes that Burger Boom are making. They're not trying to take initiative, but they don't necessarily have to. You can let them clear that ball to you and just take your time down the field.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be a mind game type of series. You can already tell both of these teams very mechanically evenly matched, but it is going to come down to who has the other team's number when it comes to smart plays, when it comes to making less mistakes. That's really going to be the key to a victory for whichever team ends up pulling it out here at the end. 2 commit there for Itzla Everywhere as they're trying to build some sort of offense. Thankful looking midfield for Miko. Miko's going to charge across that midfield, and he's going to slot that one straight into the back of the net. Great 1-2 play there again. Moss, you know, he's just left with no boost on that backboard. Thankful cuts that off very quick. And Miko, there's just no way you're saving that if you're Nightmare. It's just too many options, too many angles to guess. And finally, another lead coming through for Itzla everywhere.
Kickoff's coming out here. Classy does get a little bit of a 50, but it's not going to be enough. Thankful now going for a little bit of a double tap, and now we have a Rule 1 on their own backboard. You love to see it. We saw this last series, too. I forgot which players it was against, but they decided to break it, and now it's just... Okay. Nightmare Rally finds the air dribble, gets it around Ollie there, and it just bounces into the net. Oh, that's what happened. Gotcha. Beautiful plays coming out, though, from Nightmare Rally, and we have a tie game again.
I mean, I don't even remember who was tied up in that exactly. I know it was Moss and one of the other players. Maybe strategic there from Itzla everywhere to take out Moss, who has been one of the primary defenders and a very good offensive player as well. So they're able to kind of turn that one around. But this is one of those games where I would expect this one to go over to overtime. I'm gonna say it right now. I know we only have a minute and a half left, but I'm expecting this game to go to overtime, and for one of these teams to have, you know, one of those defining moments of a playoff series. I'm expecting someone to step up when it comes to it. We'll see if Moss can do anything here as he flicks his high. Thankful's going to try and take control, and he's just waiting for this ball to come back down to him on the backboard. Gets a good read there. Ollie should be able to clear this away. Classy doing a good job of keeping this ball towards the midfield. He's going to pass it over to Moss. Moss is up for this very early, trying to get one touch. He doesn't have enough boost for his second. He does actually get it, but not really towards any of his teammates. As Classy's going to have to get a save here to the side, and you know, an offensive push from Burger Boom that didn't really lead to anything, but you can see the pressure is starting to build for them.
Good redirect coming up from Moss. Thankful, though, does read it off the backboard as Nightmare Rally's going to pick it up for a solo play of his own. Flip reset. Classy nearly gets the shot, but he goes for the fake again. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Classy is playing, you know, he's playing kind of that disruptor role right there. Definition of aura. Exactly. Right? So he's just playing that disruptor. He's confusing the defense, and it's working out very well here for Burger Boom as they do regain the lead here with about 45 seconds left on the clock. Miko is going to be able to take an air dribble as 2 commit on the blue side. Huge pass coming out from Ollie, not able to make contact as Miko's going to hit it back to the backboard. Not going to be able to find this double tap as well as Classy sliding in for that clear there. Burger Boom just need to keep it alive, need to play it a little bit safe in order to take hold of this lead.
Yeah, I mean, we are now running out of time very quickly for Itzla everywhere to create something, and if my overtime prediction is going to come true, they're going to have to start something now. That is a good 50 from Miko. Moss gets a good first touch. That's not super ideal, so he doesn't have too much boost left, but the ball is still being pushed towards this orange half despite the lead. Miko giving himself one last chance, but he ran out of boost to get back to it. Ball's going to float up high. Classy trying to kill this here. And there you go. Burger Boom gets a win there. A very close win once again. But, you know, even if all of these games, or most of these games have been 1-goal wins, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you know, finishing the game on a strong note is what Burger Boom has been able to do at least twice. So obviously this series is still very much in competition for both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of what we saw in a lot of these series is where, like, teams aren't necessarily making a lot of mistakes, but the little mistakes that they are making are being capitalized upon so quickly that it can be almost in a way demoralizing in order to, you know, trying to keep your composure against, you know, some 50s you might see as lucky, even though they were quite planned there. So seeing Burger Boom being able to come back from that Game 2 loss and really adapt in Game 3 has been very spectacular to watch, honestly, as we head in to game number 4 here. Another kickoff coming out in the favor of the orange side is Thankful. Takes a dribble to the side wall and is going to pass that off to Ollie. Classy there. Gets a little bit of another fake, and it is working out well. I feel like this orange team, you know, this orange side is everywhere, just not really able to read Classy quite well. He's kind of scaring them a bit.
Yeah, this is insane. I'm also lagging, so you might want to cast here.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No worries there. But yeah, Classy, like I was saying, I know I've talked a lot about him, but seriously, that disruptor role is much more effective and much more important than a lot of players might realize. Confusing the defense, as long as you don't confuse your own teammates that much, which, assuming they're in comms, probably won't happen. As long as you confuse them, that's all that matters. Here's an open net coming out, and Nightmare Rally is going to be able to get that rebound off of, guess who it is? It's Classy there, confusing the plays, and he breaks just a little bit and delays that second hit. faking out that defender, making them commit a little bit faster. And Nightmare Rally able to just see it and take over that trust. Great play coming out.
Yeah, very, very smart from Classy. I would, you know, I would say he plays very much like Pixel Skills, like Lin, who are two teammates that I've had in the past. And those are two teammates that when I played with them, we've been very successful in the Summer League. You always want one of those teammates that's able to kind of have like a full toolbox and be able to create opportunities out of nothing, really. Even if it's, you know, there's no real requirement for mechanical talent. You just have to have the ability to go for some of these smart balls and just give your teammates a chance at a goal, basically.
Absolutely. Thankful here. A little bit of an awkward catch, but he is able to find the 50 as Moss is going to pick it up for his own offensive play. Immediately met there, though. Classy's going to get beat. Miko now. Good opportunity as he passes that to Ollie, who gets a touch. And a bump on Nightmare Rally, but he does recover anyways. An amazing feat there from Nightmare Rally, as he's almost able to find a shot as well. This guy is everywhere. He is the prime threat right now for Burger Boom against this orange side offense. Now, back on their own side, Miko gets a bit of a 50 towards his own corner there as Thankful tries to pick it up, but Classy's going to meet him immediately. Oh, and a bit of an awkward play coming out from Thankful. Hits it down, but luckily they do come out unscathed.
That's very lucky, I'm not going to lie. I mean, that sometimes you just have those defensive moments where it's like, all right, sure, you know, something bad happens, you just have to recover from it. So I think they did a good job of avoiding something there.
Ooh, demo's coming out here. Nightmare Rally looking for a shot towards the net. It's going to be a bit too weak as Ollie passes this out mid. Thankful doesn't make the touch, and now Miko has to come in. Classy able to get the dunk immediately. Now tries to get the catch. Nearly a flick, and Rally not ready for it. Just a bit too much dip on his chip right there as Moss tries to force that 50 down middle, possibly even into the net. Thankful now. High hit, has that flip reset, not able to take advantage of it just quite yet. Nightmare Rally, bit of an awkward touch. Miko there is here. Moss nearly own goals, but he's able to correct himself in time there. Classy able to get a 50 into his own corner now as Nightmare Rally picks it up yet again. Gets bumped by Nico though. Seeing a little bit more physicality come in and towards these later games, which is kind of a pattern we've seen in a lot of series here, where that physicality, those bumps, do come out towards the end because they don't want to, you know, allow teams to really predict the bumps. They want them to be a bit more spontaneous, a bit more unpredictable, which is why you see these happening towards the middle and ends of these series. Classy now picking this up on the side wall. Ollie getting a big clear to Thankful, needs to find the redirect, nearly gets that touch there, but Moss reads it first as Classy's going to pick it up. Not the touch he needed, but Nightmare Rally is going to be the never mind. He gets a bit of an awkward touch. There we go. Classy finds that bang. Nightmare Rally almost finds the redirect, and a bit of an awkward situation for Burger Boom, but they do come out mostly fine. A little bit of odd play here coming out from Ollie. Not exactly sure what he was going for, but Thankful is able to find a read on it. Moss looking for a clear. There he is. He's able to find it. Can Classy read this angle? It's tough. Thankful going to be able to find it instead. Going for a little bit of a musty as himself. Nightmare Rally is going to shut that down. Classy doesn't turn, opts for the boost instead. Probably didn't need it. Moss, though, is able to find it. And now Nightmare Rally is going to be low on boost. Ollie passes this mid, and Classy with an amazing turn there on that middle side. Even if he made that situation a bit more awkward for Nightmare Rally in a 2v1, he was able to correct that play and just take initiative in terms of what he needed to do and take control of the ball where he needed it.
This is going to come down to the wire here. Both of these teams are playing very well. Obviously, Burger Boom with the 1-goal advantage here. They're going to put this pressure on with the last couple seconds of this game, and that's really all they have to do to make sure that there's no counterattack. Miko will give his team one last chance as he looks for something up in the air. Classy is so fast up to that one, and he shuts that down as soon as it started. What a game there from Burger Boom. This is a very, very tight series. I can't say I'm surprised, but both of these teams are playing really well.
Definitely playing really well. We're seeing a lot of quality defense in this game, which is not something you see a lot in Rocket League. You're usually more focused on the flashy plays, the one-zen double taps and stuff like that. But it really is coming down to this defense and who is keeping their composure a little bit more. But generally, great game from both of these teams. Burger Boom now, I believe, are we? I can't remember if we are 2-1 right now or 2-2. But definitely a strong series coming out from both of these teams. Is Ollie's going to pick this up off the kick here.
It is actually 3-1. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
3-1.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, 3-1 Burger Boom. I was also trying to keep track because I thought It's Everywhere had. I thought it was 2-2 as well, but this
Yeah.
just goes to show how close of a series this is. I mean, both these teams have been eking out one-game wins here and there. So now knowing that Burger Boom is on match point, obviously I think if you're It's Everywhere, you have to start getting some sort of offense going. It's been lacking in a couple games. There's been opportunities that have kind of fallen by the wayside, I guess I'll say, just because there really isn't a shot on target that accompanies all of the pressure that they're able to create for themselves. So just a bit of a rough time trying to get this ball towards the blue half. We'll see if they're able to start doing something here. A demo there from Thankful on Nightmare Rally, trying to create any sort of 2v3 that they're given, and that might be the key to getting a goal. Obviously, if you can't get past the defender, just remove them. A shot the other way coming through from Classy. He's going to put it on target. As Thankful saves it away. Chance now for Ollie on the other end. He's going to pick up boost. Does jump past that ball, unfortunately, so not too much more there from him. But a lot of pressure now on the other side from It's Everywhere. It's on the goal line. Wow, that did not go in, and I have no idea how it didn't. As Miko had a great chance there, just skimmed off of that crossbar and stayed out. That is something that you just expect to see go in once again. But this is going to go the other way. Almost a shot from Moss off on target, but Thankful with the save, and the blue team going to collect it and kind of reset here.
Yeah, I think that might have been his third or fourth crossbar out and down shot, right? It's been a bit unfortunate. I feel like it's mostly just, unlucky, right? It's been very close, and he might just not be able to gauge the distance completely perfect, but it happens in Rocket League, and his team is still playing strong here going into this matchup. So definitely nothing to be too discouraged about, as Classy finds a safe touch into the corner, but also still in a bit of a dire situation on offense. All the pressure here coming out for It's Everywhere. Classy now finding it off the ceiling, gets it around one, but Miko there, able to keep this ball in. Nightmare Rally now wants to give a go at it. Ollie finds a 50, and Moss finds the clear out here. Thankful, now up in the air, looking for a bit of an opportunity. Not enough boost, but Classy gets beat out here, and now Moss is back on defense yet again in his corner, looking for another clear.
There you go, good clear there from Moss on low boost. Brings it all the way to the orange backboard. Nightmare Rally is going to try and get something going here. Classy trying to pick something up for Burger Boom, as they're, obviously looking to solidify this series and get themselves their first playoff win here in the Summer League. A lot of good opportunities from them as well, just nothing really going on target or in the net yet. On the other end, we'll see if Miko has a chance here. Puts it underneath Classy. Nightmare with a good save to keep that one out of the net. Classy again dribbles past Thankful, very quick on the ball, and he's trying to get this midfield. Good demo from Nightmare, but he's not really able to put it towards the net. Moss is going to try and take this up, pop off at the backboard from Thankful. Does leave it out to Ollie, who's quicker than both of the blue players, hovering around waiting for that ball. Touch there from Moss, nice skim to get it towards the midfield. Miko passes it straight up to Nightmare Rally. We have seen a lot of good plays from him. He had enough boost to do something, but couldn't really make anything happen. Moss going to charge in very quickly off target. Classy looking back from Moss once again. A lot of pressure from Burger Boom. We've seen this throughout the entire series. Their offensive pressure is smothering. They just are unable to put it in the back of the net just yet. And on the other end, It's Everywhere not able to do anything either.
So I don't know if I just noticed this or if this has been going on the whole stream, but we have a ball. We have a custom six-man ball.
Yeah, we do.
Right there. I'm like, I know, that's cool. That's super cool here. I mean, I wish all the players could see it. I'm assuming they probably can't. It's probably like client side with our producers, but good opportunities coming out for both of these teams. Still scoreless as we have a minute left into this game. Nightmare Rally looking for a pass there, but Thankful is going to read it all the way, and he's going to slot that down here with a minute left. A bit of a misplay from Nightmare Rally. Expected Classy to be able to get a touch. Classy just coming in a little bit too much sauce there. Thankful keeping his team's hopes alive here, as they do still need to pull off a bit of a difficult, I believe it's a Spaceman reverse sweep here.
I don't even know what that is. What is a Spaceman reverse?
Well, it's when it's like it's like down 3-1, right?
Oh.
Or am I crazy?
I mean, I believe you. Why is it?
I think it's a
a
thing.
Spaceman reverse sweep though?
I think it's because of the caster, right? Spaceman.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds right.
I've heard it a few times. I swear I'm not crazy. Sweet,
No,
stop laughing at me. I am not crazy. I was tested. So,
How what does Spaceman have to do with the? Sorry, we can get back to the game in a second. What does Spaceman have to do with the 3-1 specifically? It's like, I mean, everyone knows Brazil and everyone knows, like, you know.
I think it was a space state, like an SSG game in RLCSX that happened, and it was a reverse sweep, and he like coined the term. I don't know. I'm crazy. 8 seconds
Anyways.
left. Go down the field. They need an opportunity here right now. It's let everywhere. Still gonna keep their hopes alive, trying to force one more game going on. Classy just gonna have to let that die, and there it goes. It's let everywhere taking game number 5 as we go down the pit of this Spaceman reverse sweep that supposedly exists.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if it ever is going to happen, you're going to have to see it on the back of Thankful. I mean, Miko, obviously a very good player, like I mentioned. He is a team captain here. He has the ability to play very well offensively and kind of create those solo plays for himself. We haven't seen too much out of him this series on that front, and Thankful has been kind of taking more of the lead there. So I think if any of the players from Itzla Everywhere is going to be able to lead this Spaceman reverse sweep, as you called it, I think it definitely will be Thankful. And we'll see if he can continue that into game number 6 here, right? Yeah, I mean, this series is going back quite quickly.
It definitely is. I mean, with these low-scoring series here, you're not. There's a lot more time to just watch the game. And off the kickoff immediately, Miko got absolutely bodied right there. By the way,
Dang.
I did not even see that. Gives that open net for Moss to take, and definitely a welcome goal here for Burger Boom, as they are still on match point. They do need to win this game to go into the series, but again, upper bracket game. Neither of these teams, even if they lose, are going to be out of the playoffs just yet. There's another goal coming out from Nightmare.
It's not good. That is not something that you want to see if you're Itzla Everywhere and you're starting to get a couple wins going, or starting to get some momentum going, and then you're immediately going to give up 2 goals in basically virtually the first 10 seconds of game number 6. Very pivotal game, must win for Itzla Everywhere, and you give up 2 like that. That's not a good sign. We'll have to see if Miko can create something. I would say, in order to stay in this game mentally, they would have to score in the next 30 seconds. So we'll give them that that metric and see if they're able to meet it. The ball so far has just hung around in this orange half for so long, as Classy's going to charge across and get one more touch. Moss tries to collect it, looking towards the midfield for his teammate. He's going to get it past one, looking for a bump, but he doesn't have enough boost to collect anyone. Classy just keeping this pressure, keeping this ball stuck in this Itzla Everywhere half, and another jump from Moss, beating out the defender. Very awkward from all of these Itzla Everywhere players. They are just going through it on defense, and a lot of shots from Burger Boom, but none of them really going in. Ball finally all the way out to the blue half, and that should give them at least some sort of relief.
Yeah, I'd love to see the statistics of this game just to see how much time we've spent on the orange half, because it feels like they've been suffocated into defense. Even with this power clear, this is going to be a good counter opportunity for them, because nobody's on the left side of the field to pick up the ball again. And so trying to get out of defense has definitely been a struggle for Itzla Everywhere here. Nightmare Rally, though, looking for a bit of an opportunity, tries to pinch it off the wall, but doesn't get the touch he needs. Classy now going to have to take it a little bit slow on defense in his own corner. Floating around, Ollie not going to be able to slot that in. Gets 50'd immediately here as Nightmare Rally fighting it off again. Moss, maybe a little bit too overzealous, jumps the gun a bit, gets that hit away from Nightmare Rally, who may have had a bit of control on that ball. Ollie now looking to outplay Classy just a little bit, but Moss is going to be there to help bail him out.
Yeah, this is a very unified team effort from Burger Boom. I mean, Moss is helping out, Nightmare is doing his job, Classy has been playing what's it called? The what did I describe it as earlier? The toolman role, I guess. He's been like the wild card, and yeah, Swiss Army knife, exactly. He's been doing exactly what he needs to do in every situation. So not a surprise to see Burger Boom leading in this game. What I am surprised about is the fact that Itzla Everywhere hasn't really created any offense. Good attempt there from Nightmare to get a flip reset. It's going to be cleared away. Maybe a chance now, as I'm waiting to see if Itzla Everywhere is able to create anything and put any shots on net for to increase their chances of getting the must-win situation in their favor here in game number 6. A lot of time being wasted here as we pass into the second half of the game now. Itzla Everywhere running out of time. Nico's going to look for something up on the ceiling. Does get a reset, but he can't come down on top of the ball. This ball is just being kind of uselessly passed around between the Itzla Everywhere members, and finally it's going to be cleared all the way back to the orange half.
I talked about this a little bit earlier in this series. We haven't seen too much physicality coming out from either team. But
There
we
you
have
go.
seen a lot of quality team opportunities coming out here, and there's another one. Thankful gets a good shot towards the net to make Moss awkward, and Nico finds that recovery, finds the shot on target. Finally, a goal for the Itzla Everywhere roster here. Needing a little bit of a good kickoff here, and they do find it. Thankful should be able to pick up the corner boost and the ball. Classy beats him to the ball first, though, and Miko has to find a bit of a hard pinch with 50. Ollie does get beat, a bit too slow to jump for that ball here is Thankful. Going to send this back down the field. Miko kind of floating, jumping down a little bit again there to get possession of that ball. Nightmare Rally, though, is sending it back down the field as Ollie clears it back again. A little bit boomer ball here, but Thankful wants that double of his own. Not able to find that angle. Definitely close, but no cigar.
Yeah, what an opportunity there for Thankful. This might even go the other way. It's off the top corner, I guess, the top flap of the orange backboard, and kind of bounces down a little bit dangerously. This ball's still dangerous in this orange half. Miko finally able to clear it. He's gonna look for a demo there. Very good opportunity for Ollie to take a shot. Tries to put it under, and a bit of a defensive mistake there from Moss and Classy, as it looked like, I have to watch this back again, but it looked like both of them jumped off of the backboard and they just hit it into their own net. Ollie hits it through, and oh yeah, Classy cuts across Moss, who had the boost to save it, but unfortunate there for Burger Boom. That's not one you want to give up now. You've let Isla Everywhere back into the game, and I think we have a good game 6 on our hands once again.
Definitely a quality game 6 so far. Classy looking for a pass mid to no one, though. Thankful finds the interception, and also another clear down the field. Miko tries to pick this up, puts the shot on net, a little bit too weak. No air on that ball there. Nightmare Rally, a little bit of an awkward play. Probably should have just let Classy touch that ball, to be quite honest with you. And now Moss is going to be 0 boost, and he just has to clear it out. Thankful wants to keep up this pressure. Nightmare Rally does meet it in the midfield first, though. Should it be a bit of a harder time for this orange side to keep control of the midfield. Nico finds a flip reset. No shot there, though. Thankful picks up the mid boost, passes it back mid, and Ollie now needs to find it, tries to put it on net, but just a bit of a weak shot.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there, but it just couldn't amount to anything. We might be headed to an overtime in game number 6, unless Nightmare has anything to say about it. Tries to get it past Ollie, but Ollie cuts off quickly. Classy has a difficult read there. He doesn't make it. And a good clear all the way towards Nightmare. Pops it over the last defender. Thankful is going to collect this. Thankful up into the air. Time running out. We'll see if he's able to create something. He's unable to do so. Ollie does get across. Classy tapping the ball away. Doesn't hit the ground. Miko's still on this ball. Hit middle again. Ollie might have a chance to put it on target, and it hits the ground too early. And we go to overtime in game number 6.
I cannot believe it. I was sure he had that goal, but he was just a little bit too, or the ball was falling, I guess, a little bit too fast for him to really put it anywhere that wasn't the ground. Nightmare Rally, though, has a little bit of opportunity, tries to pass that out mid, but it's going to be a bit too high for Classy to reach. Thankful now. Bit of a counterattack opportunity of his own. Fakes that first touch and bumps Classy while Ollie picks it off the backboard, tries to pass it mid. Nobody's going to be there. Nightmare Rally had a read of that play the entire time here. Moss going to take the shot as Classy tries to get in front of it, but a good save coming out from Thankful nonetheless, and Ollie finds the clear to the corner. Thankful now, trying to find a little bit of a play. 0 boost here. Moss does recognize it. Gets the 50, but gets beat out by Miko again. Classy now. Good amount of boost. Got 76 in the tank here. Tries to find another 50 that's powerful enough to get down inside the field. Opts to take it, though, a little bit of a weaker one to allow Nightmare Rally to get this set down. Nearly a good shot, though. Thankful is going to find a save.
Yeah, this is really one of those moments where you got to take any shot that you have, and you're trying to get just anything to go through towards the back of the net. This is, I mean, this is exactly what you expect out of a playoff game. Now, obviously, Burger Boom, 1 goal, and they put themselves through to the top 4, and 1 goal from one goal given up by It's Everywhere, and they're gonna see themselves head down to the lower bracket. Not an elimination game here, obviously, so still 1 chance in the playoffs, waiting for whatever team comes out of this on the losing end. But you know, you wouldn't be able to tell if you were just watching this game. Both of these teams playing as if this is their last series, and finally, Ollie is going to break the deadlock. 136 into overtime, and he's going to give Itzla Everywhere a game 7 and an opportunity to complete the Spaceman reverse sweep. What a shot there from Ollie, just recognizing the defense was sat on their haunches, and he just gets the ball straight through. Very well done there. Itzla Everywhere takes game number 6.
what an even-handed matchup from both teams here. I mean, neither of the teams have really had, like I said, neither of these teams have had a chokehold on the other in terms of offense. It's really been a defensive game, who can make the least mistakes and who's going to be called out first when they do make those mistakes there. And credit where credit is due, thankful, Ollie, Miko, all playing together very coherently as a team, but I feel like Burger Boom is just getting a little bit more creative with their opportunity, and their shots have been just a tiny bit more dangerous than what Itzla Everywhere has been able to find.
Yeah, I mean, that really has, it's been tough because I'm just looking at the scoreboard here. I mean, It's Everywhere had so many more shots, and the volume shooting helped them out, at least in this game. Burger Boom had opportunities, and it feels like they've had so many more opportunities, so much more offensive pressure throughout most of the series, but they just can't get the ball in the back of the net sometimes. I think that's just what kind of cost them here in game number 6. Now we're going to a game number 7, and this will be, this is going to be content, that's for sure.
Definitely content. We are content farming here every single day. But game number 7, definitely an odd situation because they know that if they lose this, they don't go out of the playoffs. They still have the lower bracket run, but they also know if that they win this, that it's going to be a much easier time for them to get into the grand finals, which is definitely an incentive for either of these teams. Miko had an open net, skies it just a little bit too far off the left-off kickoff as action is already starting off.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game number 7 for sure. Nightmare Rally's going to start putting the pressure on, and that's a shot on target. I couldn't even see through the smoke screen on my screen, but Classy charges in once again. Nightmare just pops this ball out. Miko doesn't really have too much of an option there other than to hit it towards his own corner. Classy takes advantage of that and opens up the scoring very quick for Burger Boom, just like we saw in the last game. It's like we were able to come back in that one, so I wouldn't count them out just yet, but to keep giving up goals early like this can't possibly be good for the mental.
Definitely not at all. I mean, it's so difficult to claw yourself back from a goal that you don't even think should have been scored in the first place. You think it's not, it was either unlucky or it was a small mistake that wasn't in your control. So definitely a bit of a mental barrier there to have to overcome. But Nightmare Rally and Classy, like I said, they do have strong mentals in order to keep themselves in these strong positions. So hopefully they'll be able to keep this series going at a valiant effort like they have so far. Thankful, looking for a little bit of possession, gets demoed by Nightmare Rally, is always going to pick this up. Pass off to Miko, not able to get a quality touch, is cleared down the sidewall. Thankful finds another play to keep pressure, but Moss, now a bit of a dangerous counterattack. You got all 3 players going on that offense. Classy trying to find a pickup here. Thankful makes it a bit awkward for him, but another myth coming out from Ollie there. Not exactly the opportunity they thought they were going to get. Moss able to shut down any attack that they might have had here. Miko does get a pass down from Classy from the defender right there. Not the best opportunity here, but here's Nightmare Rally trying to pass that mid-second man, just not committing for that play. Maybe didn't have the confidence, maybe it was just a boost issue, but definitely a small missed opportunity as Miko is going to be able to find the goal downfield.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is just, yeah, that's unfortunate from Classy, and Nightmare just, he had so much boost, he just inches away from being able to save that. That is unfortunate. I mean, obviously fortunate for It's Everywhere, they get their goal back, and Miko does a good job of recognizing, just put it on target there and hope that it goes in. But for Burger Boom to give up that goal, it's not very good. They're starting to create pressure on the other side now. Nightmare looking for something, he's unable to do anything. Ollie no boost is going to carry this out. How long until Burger Boom realizes he doesn't have any, and Classy's going to challenge him there very quickly. Miko trying to keep this ball in the blue half, a long clear from Nightmare too, down the other way, just like Miko did a second ago. Doesn't lead to a goal though, as Moss now is going to have to take control in this orange half. Miko trying to create something for his team, nothing yet, and Classy cuts across, still just being annoying, being in the way on this orange half. He's going to look midfield too. What a pass to Nightmare. Nightmare shot on target, Thankful off of that back wall, getting a save. Well done from him to read that danger and respond accordingly. Ball's going to go all the way back towards the orange half. Miko doesn't have any boost, but he is able to clear it. And just a couple chances for Burger Boom that just unfortunately don't go in. They're going to have to kind of reset and see if they can create some sort of offense and try to do it in a new way here.
Both teams looking a little bit awkward in terms of their defense now. It's definitely a bit more of an endurance match coming in here to game number 7. I mean, these players have been playing for nearly about an hour now. So definitely the nerves might be setting in. It's also the fatigue as well. Mechanically, it is quite late at night here, or at least it's starting to be a little bit late. Miko now trying to find a little bit of a play to his own, but just passes it out to Nightmare Rally, who isn't able to get a great touch. Moss tries to make something of it, but isn't able to find anything as well. Miko now looking for a little bit of a redirect, passes it off to Thankful instead. Moss with the whiff. Nightmare Rally is going to be there just in time. Air dribble doesn't exactly work out as Ollie shuts it down, and Classy's trying to find a 50 of his own, and now back down, same opportunity. Thankful nearly puts it on, but it's just going to be a little bit off. And through gritted teeth, Burger Boom are still able to keep this game tied.
This is too close. Burger Boom, I can't imagine they're feeling very comfortable right now. They're going to try and get out of here eventually. Maybe they can create some offense of their own, but I think it's going to take time for them to get something going here. Just knowing that It's Everywhere has had so much pressure, they're really going to have to go up against it here. And a pinch clear here all the way out of the orange half two from Miko is just going to go all the way out. That is crazy. I mean, Burger Boom has to create something here. Now tied up in game number 7. This is exactly where, you know, those moments that I talked about where someone has to step up. I'm just wondering who it's going to be on both of these teams.
50 seconds, bit of a mistake from Nightmare Rally. Thankful, not able to find a second man in time. Ollie just a bit too late. Still keeping the pressure though, a bit too fast and not able to make contact with the ball here. Looking for a pass down, Nightmare Rally. Probably not the touch he needed, but going into the last 30 seconds here, it's kind of a do or die situation. I don't know how that's gonna get saved. Moss tries to find the double, not able to find it. Nightmare Rally just going crazy down the field like a maniac, and he's finding another opportunity here for Moss to pick up the ball. Pass down to Classy. Can he get the beat? No, Miko's gonna be there in time. Nightmare Rally, not the pinch he needed, and it leaves Miko with a bit of an opportunity. Kind of a crazy little bit of a scoop control right there, almost like a reverse ground dribble almost. 3 seconds left. Thankful needs to find that clear. It's a great touch, but Ollie has no boost. Nightmare Rally shoots it down, and Miko's gonna kill it. We have overtime in game number 7.
One goal is going to let one of these teams through to the top 4 to increase their prize winnings, to put themselves in a prime position to win this entire playoff for this league that's been going on for 10 weeks now. And one goal is equally going to let one of these teams down here as they have brought themselves into a Game 7 situation. Oh my god, what a chance from Nightmare Rally. It goes across the net, and he's almost able to capitalize right off the bat. Burger Room, the aggressors here in the first couple seconds of overtime. Ball is going to go all the way back towards this blue half. Nightmare Rally looking for a clear here. Doesn't have anything on it. Leaves it out to Ollie, who cuts across. Just a bit of a weak touch out towards the blue defender. Kind of back and forth, seeing those overtime nerves kick in from both these teams. They're just playing a lot of boomer ball. We'll see which team is able to capitalize first on their first offensive chance, or if it's going to be a mistake that costs one of these two teams.
In fairness to boomer ball, booming the ball is pretty fun. And so, and definitely a bit of an easier time and an easier idea to, you know, wrap your head around here. So as they are bouncing the ball here, they are trying to actually find a little bit of just a mistake, trying to outpace the other team, and that was it! And Thankful fakes it, and Nightmare Rally gets faked there, and now all 3 defenders are in the middle of the field. Double comes out, Nightmare Rally gets it! Oh my god, he thought he had it! Should have had it! It was lined up and perfect for everything! The stars and the moon aligned, and here's another opportunity! Rally makes up for it! In game 7 overtime, he will take Burger Boom on his back into the top 4 of the Summer League.
What a play there from Nightmare Rally. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter how you face the adversity, or if you make a mistake at first, it all matters how you respond, and he just gets the perfect touch to clean up his teammate's pass. Just a well-rounded play from Burger Boom there, and they get just one of the closest, most competitive wins I think I've seen in a while. I think both of these teams are super well matched up, and that's just what you expect to see when you're, you know, watching a playoff match in a league where, you know, we've weeded out all of the teams that haven't had a good go throughout this league. So now you're left with the top dogs, and that's just one of those series going to game 7 overtime that is just bound to happen when you have this this situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so back and forth. You know, we saw Burger Boom start off early in that series looking pretty strong, not doing anything too fancy, but are able to get a few wins. Then It's Everywhere really started to turn it on. They were like, hey, we are here to play. They were finding those team passing plays, hitting it down from the ceiling down to their second man. It was amazing to watch. And that game 7, that overtime was so nerve-wracking that it got me shaking in my own seat. And I'm not even playing. I'm just watching the game. But GG's to both of those teams. Amazing series here. As we do wrap up our last game for the night, Decibel, want to ask, do you have any thoughts, any shout-outs, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I obviously this wasn't an elimination game, so we're lucky to not have to say goodbye to any of these two, spectacular teams that we just watched, as well as the two teams that played previously. So I'm just excited to see what happens tomorrow. I mean, we have 5 games on the docket for tomorrow. We have who now lost. It's Everywhere, who just lost, will be playing Block by James. We have Still Not Worth $20 versus Hospice. We have And One versus the winner of that first game, and then now Burger Boom versus the winner of that second. And then moving on to the grand finals. I mean, this is going to come down to who can perform tomorrow in a clutch scenario and who's on their game. So I'm just excited to see what happens tomorrow. But until then, I mean, this has been a fantastic day for the first day of playoffs.
Yeah, been a fantastic day. Thank you so much to everybody who you joined. Big shout out to Rocket Rivals for that raid earlier here today. We really appreciate it. Glad to be able to bring in some more viewers into the scene. Shout out to Vortex, who was our producer. Shout out to Sweet, who was our current producer right now. He's clutch. He is the GOAT. Shout out to all of our casters, players, community. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to every single human being in the world. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. 5 p.m. Pacific is when we'll see these playoffs continue. So everybody have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And